we have an update. Remember the bride-to-be who was being controlled via scripture by her parents? Like, she was trying to spend time with her fiance, but her parents were saying the only way you can see him is under our roof, under our supervision. And when she would go over to try to fix up her apartment that her and her fiance were going to move into the night of their wedding, she would get home and her parents would shame her and put her down and tell her all the rules she was breaking and how she was being like disobeying God, all this stuff. And it was getting to the point where she was considering moving out before the wedding, even though she only had 3 weeks to go, considering moving out before the wedding, because even a counselor said, you might not be able to make it until your wedding because it was that bad. We collectively said, okay, let's just try to like slow this down. We named it for what it was, control via scripture, try to avoid them. Probably not the best idea if you can not move out, like before the wedding, because her dad did threaten, if you move out before you're married, you will break apart this family. So she did wait, and the compromise she did with her parents, because they wanted her to put cameras in the apartment so they could watch her while she was over there. Instead, she's like, I'm not doing that, but I'll take a picture of the project before and after that I'm working on when I'm over there, just so you know I'm not doing anything naughty. So now to her question. She's married, she's moved into her apartment, she's loving life, except for she had one last month of rent to pay on her childhood bedroom that she was renting out from her parents. And rather than paying rent on 2 places, her parents agreed that she could work off her debt watching their dogs. Except if she does her laundry, if she brings her laundry to their house to do something productive while she's watching the dogs, it actually counts against her debt. And she doesn't like that. She's like, oh, it's not like this with my in-laws. They encourage us to bring laundry over. They even want to do it for us. They treat us like family. But with my family, it's like terms and conditions and transaction. So now she wants to have a meeting with her parents and say, this isn't the type of relationship I want to have. These are my feelings, and I don't want to have a transactional relationship with you. She just wants to know, how do I say it so they can hear me? I would not, if this were happening to me, have that conversation. This still all points to emotional immaturity. If I were to have a conversation with parents who are behaving like this, it would be like me standing in front of a vending machine who took my money and didn't give me my food, and I would be explaining how hungry I am and I have a sugar low and give me my food and explaining all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I would still not have my food. It would keep my money, and I would just feel empty and frustrated. So for me, I would focus my attention on accepting, I'm so sorry, but I would pay my debt outright. I wouldn't watch the dogs. I would focus on accepting who my parents are, not who I want them to be. I would grieve that, and I would read the 2 books that I suggested in the other video, Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents and Managing Overbearing Parents and In-Laws.